Hello everyone, welcome to Easy as Math. In this lesson, we will discuss the measures of central tendency of ungrouped data. Specifically, we will learn the mean, median, and mode. Measures of central tendency are statistical measures used to identify the center or the typical value in a set of data. They help us summarize a group of numbers into a single value that best represents the entire set. To further understand measures of central tendency, let us consider this example. On your screen is a group of numbers. In statistics, a group of numbers is called a data set or data values. Imagine that this data represents the heights of Southeast Asians. Now, instead of describing each height one by one, measures of central tendency help us summarize the data using a single value that best represents the entire set. The three basic measures of central tendency are mean, median, and mode. Let us begin with the mean. Mean is simply the average of a set of data. X bar here is a symbol for the mean. This is sigma x, meaning that is sum of all values or sum of x. And then, in our denominator, n is the number of values. The formula in getting the mean is equal to sum of all values divided by number of values. Basically, to find the mean, we add all the values and divide the sum by the total number of values. Let's have an example. Anna got a quiz scores of 8, 10, 9, 7, and 6. She wants to find the mean of her quiz scores. First, let us identify the sum of x, or the sum of all values. We have 8, 10, 9, 7, and 6. The sum of those are 40. Next, identify n, or the number of values. There are 5 values. Now divide 40 by 5. That is equal to 8. Meaning the mean or the average of Anna's quiz score is 8. Let's try another example. This time, I will give you the chance to answer this question. Pause the video if you need more time to answer. I'll give you 20 seconds to answer this. For our second example, we have Carlos. Daily allowance for 5 days was 50 pesos, 40, 60, 50, and 50. What is his average daily allowance? Mean is equal to sum of all values divided by the number of values. 50 plus 40 plus 60 plus 50 plus 50. These are Carlos' daily allowance for 5 days. The number of values is 5. So mean is equal to 250 divided by 5. That is equal to 50. Meaning Carlos' average daily allowance is 50. Next, let us discuss the median. The median is the middle value of an arranged data set. Emphasis on arrange, because the data must be arranged either from lowest to highest or from highest to lowest. What is important is that the data is properly arranged. The following example are 2 scenarios involving the median. Let's have the first example. First example is called the odd number of data values. Maria recorded the number of books she read in 5 months. 7, 3, 9, 5, and 1. Find the median number of books read. First, arrange the data. It's either ascending or descending, but this time we'll use the ascending order, meaning from lowest to highest. Next, identify the middle value. Since we have an odd number of data values, we can easily identify the median. The middle value is 5, therefore, the median is 5. Next is an example of even number of values. Students spent 12, 8, 6, and 10 hours reviewing for their exam. Find the median number of review hours. Again, the values are 12, 8, 6, and 10. First step is correct. Arrange the data. Again, either ascending or descending. We will use ascending order in finding the median. 6, 8, 10, 12. This is the difference between odd and even number of values. There are two middle values if the number of values is an even number. The two middle values are 8 and 10. In this case, to find the median, we need to get their average. To find the average of the two middle values, we just need to add 8 and 10 divided by 2. 8 plus 10 is 18. Divided by 2, that is equal to 9. Therefore, the median number of review hours is 9 hours. Again, for the odd number of data values, we just need to identify the middle value. For even number of data values, identify the two middle values and then find their average. One common mistake when finding the median is forgetting to arrange the data first. Always arrange the values before identifying the middle value. Now let us discuss the last measure of central tendency, which is the mode. The mode is the value or values with the highest frequency. In simple terms, the mode is the value that repeats the most. Let's have an example. Carlo recorded the number of hours he spent studying each day. 2, 3, 2, 4, and 2. Find the mode of the dataset. To find the mode, let us count how many times each value appears. The data values are 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. Now you are not required to arrange the data values, but it is easier to find the mode if the data values are also arranged. Now to get the mode, let us count how many times each value appears. 2 appears 3 times, 3 appears once, 4 appears once. Number 2 appears most often, therefore the mode is 2. There are 4 kinds of mode. Unimodal, a data set with one mode, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Since only number 4 repeats most often, the mode is simply 4. Next is bimodal. A data set with 2 modes is called bimodal. Example, 3, 3, 4, 6, 6. The modes are 3 and 6 because they both appear twice in the data values. Next, we have the multimodal, a data set with more than 2 modes. Example, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 7. The modes are 3, 4, and 5. Last is the no mode. No mode is a data set with no repeated value. For example, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All values appears only once, so there is no mode. Important clarification. Mode is equal to 0 does not mean no mode. It only means that the mode is actually the number 0 itself. Example, -1, 0, 0, 4, 6. It only means that the mode is actually the number 0. No mode, no repeated values. 0 repeats most often. Mode is equal to 0. There is a difference between no mode and mode is equal to 0. Be careful. Let us compare the 3 measures of central tendency. Median is the average value. You just need to add all values, then divide by the number of values. Median is the middle value. Arrange the data, then find the middle value. Mode is the most frequent value. Identify the value that appears most often. In this lesson, we learned that the measure of central tendency describes the center or the typical value of a dataset. The mean is the average. The median is the middle value of an arranged dataset. The mode is the value that appears most often. These statistical measures help us summarize and understand the data more easily. That ends our lesson on measures of central tendency of ungrouped data. For the slideshow presentation, print ready notes, and practice exercises about this topic, Check the links in the description or scan the QR code on your screen. Thank you for listening and see you in the next lesson. This is Easy as Math.